Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be making some salmon burgers, some french fries from scratch, and some smashed broccoli. So here I'm just slicing my russet potato into long shoestring strips. This is how I like my size for my french fries, not too thick, just like medium size. So I'm just going in and slicing up each one. And so once I was done slicing up all my french fries, this is how the finished product looked. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put those to the side and let them soak in a little bit of water and a little bit of table salt while I'm working on the rest of my items for dinner. So here I've got my broccoli crowns. I'm just cutting off the little stubs at the bottom, and I want them in individual and nice pieces. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add this broccoli to some boiling water. I've let the broccoli rinse and cleaned in baking soda and vinegar for a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and add it to some boiling water. Now, I only let the broccoli boil for about 5 minutes because I still want it to have that vibrant green color. I don't want it to be overcooked because for this smashed broccoli, I'll be putting it in the oven to get a crispy crunch to it. So I don't want to overcook it. So now I just took my I used this little seasoning little cup that I have, and I'm just pressing it up against the broccoli to get that smashed effect. And here's when I realized I still had too much of the stalk on it. I just wanted just the broccoli tree. But I'm using this little seasoning cup that I have. You can use something around the house if you have something similar, just to smash the broccoli, just to get that smashed effect. So I'm going in and I'm laying it on my pan that I'm gonna put in the oven, and yeah. And as I'm smashing it, all the little remnants of broccoli, little pieces that were left, I did smash all of those together. It made like one last little piece of broccoli smash. So don't throw the scraps away if you don't have to. Once all my broccoli has been smashed and laid out on the foil, I'm gonna go ahead and start grabbing some seasonings. So I've got minced onion, minced garlic, some cayenne pepper, some white pepper, some Himalayan salt, some black pepper, and some garlic powder. So now that I've got my seasonings all pulled out, I'm gonna go ahead and just add those to my seasoning cup to get a nice even mix. And this is what I'll use to season all of the broccoli. I'm going to use a little bit of canola oil just to sprinkle over some of the broccoli and give it the wet consistency so the seasonings can stick to it. So I just went ahead and sprinkled the seasonings over it. Then I went and took some Parmesan cheese to sprinkle over on the top of the broccoli, and then just go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of breadcrumbs. So this is how it looks. And now I'm going to put it in the oven for about 20 minutes on about 350. Now those french fries that I had cut and sliced and soaking in water and salt, I went ahead and drained those. I'm just patting them dry so they're not wet. I've got my oil and my pan on the side, and I'm gonna go ahead and just drop those in the fryer. You wanna make sure your oil is nice and hot when you do this. As you see, I'm putting my french fries in. They're starting to sizzle on the side and bubble. So yeah, my oil was already hot. And as they're cooking, just going in and tossing them here and there. Now I'm going to be taking out my salmon burgers. These are the Whole Foods 365 brand. They come two in a pack, and they already have green peppers and onions in them. So I'm just putting them in that pan on the side on a low heat with a little bit of oil in the pan. So this is how it looks after a few minutes. Like I said, I'm just checking on my fries every minute or two, flipping them around. Same thing with the salmon burger. Now, once your french fries look like this is how I like my french fries, this color. I started to take them out. I put them on a plate with a paper towel underneath it just to let some of that oil drain out. Now, once my fries were still hot, I just went ahead and topped them off with a little black pepper, a little Himalayan salt, and some grated Parmesan cheese. If you see the fine little white dots, that's grated Parmesan cheese. So these are just a nice little fancy finish on top of the fries, and they taste like fake truffle fries. So they're really fancy. Okay, so at this point, my salmon burgers were definitely finished. I did go ahead and add a sliced little piece of green pepper and onion in there as well. Even though they already came seasoned with that inside the burger, I just wanted that just to, add some more flavor to it. So now I went in and put a quarter piece of butter in the pan, and this is just going to be used to toast my bread for the salmon burger. This is optional if you want to just have like a plain piece of bread or brioche, but I like mine toasted a little bit. So I'm just going to let them toast on both sides. This is how my broccoli looks once I've taken it out the oven, and it was in the oven for about a good 20 minutes. Each piece I'm gonna go in and just put a little sprinkle of Parmesan on there just to garnish it some more, and it's still hot from the oven, so it'll melt a little bit. However, while everything else for this meal is being prepared and still cooking, I'm just gonna throw it back in the oven while it's still warm. I'm not gonna turn the oven back on, but just to melt the cheese a little bit. Now everything has been completed. My bread has been toasted, so I'm just gonna go ahead and plate my meal for two. So I got my toasted bread. I went ahead and put my salmon burger on there. Those are the onions and peppers that we let saute in the pan. I went ahead and just pulled out some salad mix that I had. I just put a little few pieces on there instead of, regular lettuce. I had some salad mix and I sliced up a little slicing tomato. Now these are the French fries that we had on the side, the fake truffle fries, right? Just gonna go ahead and plate those as well. And then the smashed broccoli that I had just put the fresh piece of Parmesan on, I put it back in the oven while the oven was still hot. I didn't turn the oven on or anything, just while it was still hot so it can melt those little pieces of Parmesan. So this was the final product of it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and plate that onto the plate. Now I like this consistency because it's a little crispy, it's a little soft in different places, and it's got that cheesy factor, and it's seasoned pretty well. So it's a nice spin if you've got people that don't like just bland vegetables. It's still in a healthy state in my opinion because we didn't boil it all the way down. So this is the final finished product, guys. Let me know your thoughts. This was so amazing. Like everything was so seasoned and just it was just amazing. Let me know your thoughts.